We recently had a client come to us in regards to issues involving her employment and her being pregnant. This on its face really is one of those areas of employment law and coverage that really needs a watchful eye and an experienced hand of an attorney that's familiar with this kind of law. Some of the questions that she began to ask was, well, is this covered under my disability? I have a pre-eclampsia. Of course, ladies know that that's high blood pressure that's associated with the pregnancy. And she was asking disability claims. Well, what you'll understand about the Pregnancy Discrimination Act is it's not a product of the Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA. It's a product of Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which is discrimination based on sex. That's because males can't get pregnant. So there's a certain set of criteria out of the Pregnancy Discrimination Act that requires that employers handle women who are with child a certain way. There are claims that can arise under the ADA if there are complications with the pregnancy out as of such that would warrant and or meet the criteria of the Americans with Disabilities Act. But again, it's a very detailed analysis, and there are questions that have to be answered as it relates to pregnancy. What happens when you need time off? What about doctor's appointments after you birth the child? What if the child has issues after birth? What if you have issues after the birth of the child? Where does Family Medical Leave Act, or most folks refer to it as FMLA, where does that play a role in the whole process? These are all questions that need to be answered by an attorney who's experienced in that area, that would represent your interest, that would look into things. Oftentimes employers aren't as forthright as they should be in that area because of course they want folks at work. And then again, the EEOC is a third-party neutral agency. They can only look at the facts from a neutral perspective that is submitted to them. And so anyone that is dealing with pregnancy issues and you have some concerns about your appointments, about some of the conditions that are associated with your pregnancy and what are your rights under the appropriate laws, I would highly advise that you contact an experienced Phoenix attorney that deals and that has dealt in the area of Title VII and the Pregnancy Discrimination Act to make sure that your rights are adequately pursued.